good life, the good life. Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life, the good life.
Bubs! Today, I want to introduce you to Fat. This is Fat Cat. He's a French all the way from Canada. That belongs to my daughter-in-law. Super friendly, lovable kitty cat. Say hi, Horseman. Say hi. Let him go catch some mice. Although I don't think he really knows how to catch mice, but he's a city cat. Good morning, shy folk, and welcome back to Old Man Willow Farm. So in today's vlog, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that we did to create riding spaces at the barn, because it's all very well to have a barn, to have pastures, but at the end of the day, you're going to need a place to ride. And here in Oregon, it's often too wet in the wintertime to ride on the trails. So you really need some kind of all-weather arena. So behind me here is our all-weather dressage arena. And it was one of the first things that we created. We were fortunate in that this whole space behind me here was actually parking space. It was covered, it was leveled, it was covered in 3/4 minus like sort of rocks, and it was originally a parking space. And so we just extended it a little bit, and all we had to do was put 1/4 minus over it and basically fence it in, and we had an all-weather riding arena. And we used it like that for about 2.5 years before we then put the sand topping on that you can see it has on now. So originally, I'm going to take you to see the railway ties that we have there. Well, that was the only fencing that we had around it. We basically found those railway ties all over the farm. And we just pulled them up, pulled them out, and we used those to kind of contain our 1/4 minus space. And then this past year, we put the fencing up. And like, this was quite cool. I actually found this on Facebook. I thought it was a very clever idea. The ducks are having a swim. That's the duck pond. They're loving being in the water. Okay, so basically what we did was we stuck electric fence posts, metal electric fence posts in the ground, and we covered them with PVC pipe. We used PVC pipe connectors and just created a fence. So it works pretty well. It's not very solid, but it looks decent, I think, and the horses respect it, and it gives us an enclosed arena. So this is our 20 by 40 all-weather dressage arena. We have our letters marked out, and this is where we ride all winter long, and it's just big enough to put in a couple of jumps as well. So it serves that purpose pretty well. Hello, Rigby. I cleaned out this pond yesterday. They make such a mess. Hey guys, are you enjoying the water? Are you enjoying the water? Rigby is our goose, and this is his flock of ducks. He protects them, keeps them safe from predators. He's so funny and super sweet. Like, people say geese are like mean. Hello, bud. How you doing? Okay, so this is our grass arena. So with this arena, what we did was it was just some pasture land. We leveled it and put a manure sort of topping on, just fed the ground a little bit, reseeded it and planted it with grass. At this point in the summer, we're struggling to keep the grass, like we have to water every morning. because it's just so dry and hot. But this is great for the summer. It's not dusty. We can ride in here all summer long, and it's nice and big, so we can put lots of jumps out. At the moment, I've got it set up with an obstacle course for the kids because we've been working on obstacles. But that's our grass arena. So we don't, if it rains, we don't ride in this. We have to protect it. If we rode in it, it would just create holes, and then it would be uneven and we wouldn't be able to use it. So we just keep it protected through the winter and then just use it for the dry months of the year. So this is our round pen. So I'm in the barn right now, and our round pen is just off the barn. This fencing actually was originally here. We just painted it, and it made the perfect area for a round pen. It was just dirt out here, so we graded away about 3 inches of dirt. Then we laid out some 3/4 minus as a base, compacted it, and then put another 3 inches of 1/4 minus on top of this. Now, this has been out here like this. We've been using it. We've turned horses out in it through the winter. And this is after 3 years. Just open here, go through. After 3 years, it's starting to develop some holes. And so our plan is, let's see if you can see it. Yep. And so our plan is this summer we will level it again and then add some more topping. It needs another 3 inches of 1/4 minus topping. And then back here, these are our sacrifice paddocks. So if you're going to turn out in the winter in Oregon, you really are going to need something like, or anywhere where there's a lot of wet weather and you want to have decent pasture and grazing for at least part of the year, you're going to need an area like this. So this was just dirt back here, and we did the same thing as with the round pen. We graded up the dirt, laid 3/4 minus base, compacted it, and then put 3 inches of 1/4 minus down. And we have 3 paddocks out here. So all our horses in the winter, they get turned out from 7 till 12, and then they get brought in for lunch. And these paddocks are, as you can see, connected to a couple of stalls. So I just close those stall doors and when I turn the horses out, and then the 2 horses that are in each of these paddocks have a place to go to get out of the rain and shelter if they want. But they get that time where they get to be out and just have that social interaction time and just mental break from being in their stalls. So again, this is after 3 years of heavy rains, winter turnout, having 2 horses in each paddock, and it's held up really, really well. It's only now that we're having to add more topping to it. So great system, it works really well, no mud, and the horses get to be turned out all year round. So hopefully that will be of help to you. The 1/4 minus makes a great surface to ride on. Over a number of years, the rain and the riding makes it compact down to create like a solid base that you can put sand on top of. The sand is softer and a nicer riding surface, but the 1/4 minus is definitely less dusty. So now that we have sand on our dressage arena, we actually have to water it now in the summer if we're going to ride in it. We don't use it much in the summer because we use our grass arena. But if we were going to ride on it, I would put some sprinklers on and water it down a bit just to damp down the dust. Obviously, during the spring and the winter, the fall, like we don't have to do anything because the rain does it for us. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you guys next week here on the farm.
We're gonna live a good life. Yeah, we're gonna do it all night.